I am back with yet another cottage cheese recipe. I have been using it a lot lately, but I used protein powder in recipes for years and it was very hit and miss. Things could often turn out pretty chalky. So I am definitely on a kick lately. Today I'm going to be making blueberry cottage cheese muffins. That was a mouthful for me. And I haven't made these before. It's loosely based off a recipe from a client, but I'm gonna give them a go and hope they turn out so that you can enjoy them too. 2 eggs. I'm terrible at cracking eggs, so don't judge me. I normally get half the shell in there. Okay, so next is the cottage cheese. I'm just gonna weigh it on the scale. So 1 cup, and that's 250 grams. 1/4 cup of milk. 1/3 cup of the syrup. Hopefully, I don't know, it's sugar-free. I don't think that should affect anything, but I will find out. And then 1 teaspoon of the vanilla. Okay, so now for the dry ingredients. 1.5 cups oat flour, which I already blended up, or regular flour if you prefer. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but like it's hard to measure out, so I'm just gonna make it look like the same amount as the soda. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And that looks like a lot, but I don't know. Okay, so the wet ingredients did look a little chunky for my liking, so I did just throw it on the blender for a second. And I have that ready, and the dry ingredients, now I'm gonna mix them in together. And then once this is all mixed in, I think I fold in the blueberries. And then spray the little muffin tins, and then they should be good to go. Okay, so I folded in my 1.5 cups of frozen blueberries. While they're in the oven, I am gonna figure out what the macros are. They go in at 350 for 18 to 22 minutes, and we'll see how they turn out. High hopes. Okay, so if you ask me, they actually look pretty good. I won't really know until I taste them, but they're a little hot at the moment. What's disappointing though is I tracked the macros for them when they were baking, and 1 muffin, because mine made 17, and obviously things will vary depending on the brands of ingredients used. But 1 muffin is 68 calories, 9 carbs, 1.8 grams of fat, and only 4.6 grams of protein, which I anticipated it being more. So I guess this is a lesson in why it's important to track your food. However, I mean, it's a good low-calorie snack with some protein in it. I don't really consider anything with less than 20 grams of protein in it, like a protein type meal you could have. But I mean, you could eat a lot of them and get a good amount of protein. So I will give them a taste test when they cool off a little bit and let you know if they're worth the effort. Okay, so I waited about 5 seconds once I got out of the oven because I'm impatient and I was curious. So, you know what? I think they're okay. I would maybe add a little more like stevia or something to make them like a little sweeter. But in terms of like a healthy version of a recipe, I would give them probably like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I worry sometimes that like my view of things is a little skewed because I've cooked like this for so long, so what I think tastes good, other people might not, but I think they're pretty good. And I think if you used like the all-purpose flour versus the oat flour, I could see them being a hit. So I mean, you never know until you try, and give them a try and see what you think.